evening.
Thank you so much for joining this session. We really appreciate you guys. We know this is a very important time. You guys must be with your families at this moment, and you're taking time to listen to us so we can learn a little bit more about VPK today. So, we are not going to take you too much time, and let's start. So I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Tanvinder Toot. I'm a customer resource manager in Early Learning Coalition of Palm Beach County in a family services department. And I do have my partner here, Miss Karika. So Miss Karika, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, and good afternoon. And again, thank you for joining us. I'm one of your presenters for today. My name is Karika Savage. I am one of the customer resource and referral assistant manager in the family services department.
Thank you so much, Karika, for introducing yourself. So let's start about us first. I know most of majority of you already know about the Early Learning Coalition, but I'm gonna just give you a brief information. Early Learning Coalition is a non-profit organization funded through the federal, state, and local through partnership with the Children's Service Council. So we have like a very good support from the Children's Service Council. We are lucky we are in Palm Beach County, so we can get the benefit of that. So our we work to create a single point of access for the childcare services in Palm Beach County in order to reduce the duplication and maximize all the available funding to increase the access for additional families. So our goal is to we can provide a point of contact, a one place, so the parents can have all the services they can get it at one certain location. Okay, one certain point. Our mission is to build a community wide commitment for the comprehensive, high quality early learning environments that benefit the children and the families of Palm Beach County. And our vision is every child in Palm Beach County is ready to succeed in school and in life. So let's talk about the childcare resource and referral department that is considered as a front door of early childhood program. So the purpose of the childcare resource and referral department is to connect the families with the community resources. We receive like almost 800 to 1000 calls during the day, and we receive lot of parents who have different needs. And as we have a good relationship with our community partners, so we connect the families based on their families' needs. And also, we have a database of childcare providers who are legally operating in Palm Beach County. So we can generate the listing of childcare providers for the parents based on their needs. For example, the location, hours, their child's age, special accommodations, or even if the child has a special need, so we can filter and tailor the listing based on their needs because this is the most important decision of their life they make. They leave their child in somebody else's hands, so they have to make sure 100% it's a safe place for their child and it's matching their child's needs and family's needs. So our team in childcare resource and referral department helps those family to provide them the tools so they can make the wise decision. So we help the parents and caregiver to identify the high quality childcare and early education programs. So we give them the guidance over the phone. We share the information with them in person or by emails. So also all the services are completely 100% free, and any information parents share with us, we keep it confidential. So
Okay, thank you, Miss Tanvinda too.
you're welcome. No problem. My pleasure.
Okay, next we're gonna talk about voluntary pre-kindergarten. And what is VPK, also known as voluntary pre-kindergarten? VPK is a high quality education program for all 4-year-old children living in Florida. Research shows that children who participate in a high quality pre kindergarten program have better school attendance rates, develop lifelong social and emotional skills. So, what are the documents that you need for to attend or to qualify for the voluntary pre-kindergarten program to obtain a voluntary pre-kindergarten certificate of enrollment. So what the parent needs to provide is a proof of address. The proof of address can be a utility bill such as cable, home phone bill, dated within the 12 months of the child application. If they don't have that, they could provide like their pay stubs that may have their name and their address on it. For the child application, you can use a residential lease agreement. You can use any type of rental agreement that you may have that is within 12 months of the child application. And you can also use any government issued document, such as your driver license and etc. It's not limited to when you're trying to obtain a voluntary pre-kindergarten certificate of enrollment. What documents are needed for the child proof of age? An original copy of the child's birth certificate, an original copy of the child's certificate of baptism, an original certified copy of the passport, and an insurance policy of the child's life that has been enforced for at least 2 years, an immunization record from a health officer, a licensed practice physician that signed the form. Because on the top of the form, it will have the child's name and the date of birth, and you would just need their signature. There are VPK options that you can choose where you want your child to attend. For the 2026-2027 school program year, usually it starts when school starts in August of this year, and it will end in 2027 when school end the end of May or the first week of June. That program is usually called the fall term, and it consists of 540 instructional hours. Then there is another program if you decide that you don't want your child to attend the fall term VPK hours, they can attend the summer VPK 2026. That's once school has gotten out next year, and that consists of 300 instructional hours. Then there is a specialized instructional services for the VPK program, and the acronym for it is VPKSIS. And what is it for? It is designed for children with special needs who have a current individual individualized educational plan from the school district. So if you live within Palm Beach County, the IEP has to come from the Palm Beach County School District. And what it does, it take place outside a traditional classroom in a setting best for the children. Choosing a VPK provider, research and visit at least three different VPK programs. Ask questions when you're there with the director or the teacher. And perhaps take your child with you to see what type of teacher and child interaction that the teacher has with your child. Consider the additional costs and locations and hours when you're choosing a voluntary pre-kindergarten program. And you can also contact the Early Learning Coalition for a child care resource and referral team for a customized listing. When you're trying to select a voluntary pre-kindergarten program, if you're not sure where you want your child to attend, you may want your child to attend closer to your home, or it may be easier for your child to attend a VPK provider that's closer to your work for easy access to pick up their child. So you can view that as well when you're choosing a VPK provider. Not only that, you can view the last inspection report by going to the licensor website. You can call our resource and referral department, and they can give you that information as well, how to review the report on the provider. So your question may be, how do I apply? You can call us. We're here to assist you. Our child care resource and referral department will be happy to give you any support that you may need. You can contact us at 561-514-3300. You can also make an appointment or visit our office to get assistance in person when applying for the voluntary pre-kindergarten program. You can go to our website at www.elcpalmbeach.org, visit the family service site at familyservice.floridaearlylearning.com. And our Palm Spring location and other location, partnership location, please ask our agents for those directions and the address where you could be assisted when applying for the voluntary pre-kindergarten program. Any questions and concern about voluntary pre-kindergarten? You can put any question
Uh,
that you may have
mm,
in the chat, and we will be glad to answer those questions for you.
I have a question. So with the pre-K, so when someone has qualified for ELC, does this travel from once, like, say they start using it in pre-K? Does it also travel throughout the rest of the child's time in school? So, like, for every year, or for aftercare or any other purpose.
For the voluntary pre-kindergarten, it is a one-time program that the child can attend. So, for an example, if the child starts the voluntary pre-kindergarten program, say when school starts this August, it will go throughout the school year from August to whenever school ends. It is a three, depending on the provider, the provider can offer like 3 to 4 hours per day during the VPK program. Um, it's not for aftercare. It
Okay.
it's it's not for aftercare at all. And usually, if a child is receiving other subsidized services for instead just VPK, but they may be getting school readiness as well. When the VPK is over, the voluntary pre-kindergarten part, that is when their school readiness part will kick in for the rest of the services. However,
Oh, okay.
if a parent only have the voluntary pre-kindergarten services and they want the child to continue to attend the facility after the VPK hours, we suggested that parent get with that provider to see what are the additional fees for the child to stay for how long the parent want the child to stay at the facility that day.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I have a question. Do most of these VPK participants require us to join a wait list, or do most of them don't require a wait list?
For the
VPK is a, sorry, go ahead, Karika.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, okay, so the VPK program is completely free and you can apply when the session starts, and there's no waiting list for that. The session starts in August with when the school starts. So you can complete the application. The child needs to be 4 before September 1st of the school year. So you can complete the application, and the session starts in August, but there's no wait list. You need to contact with the providers to make sure you secure your place with them. But with the ELC, there's no wait list for it.
Okay, I'm just gonna compare and reiterate what she's saying. For the voluntary pre-kindergarten, there is no waiting list. When you do apply and they go through the application and they approve your application, you will get the certificate right away. However, the provider may have a waiting list. Some provider have a waiting list for the voluntary pre-kindergarten because they may be only going to have one or two VPK classroom for that year, so they may have a waiting list to get in. Majority of the provider is allowed to have up to 20 students in their voluntary pre-kindergarten program if they have an aide that assists them. But with the program, there is no waiting list as for with the state of Florida. You get it right
Perfect.
away.
All right, thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
There's a question that says, what if the child is already enrolled at the school?
So if the child is already enrolled in the school, you still need to get the VPK certificate. As we share the information, you can apply for the VPK certificate, get it, and it's going to be incorporated with the other program which you are already enrolled in. As Karika was mentioning, like it can, if you have, so for example, if you have a school readiness program, so the VPK classroom is going to be covering 3 or 4 hours a day free in that classroom, but the rest of the time you will be continuing staying there, but under the other program which you have.
With the VPK program, even though the school or the daycare themselves may offer the VPK, but do they have to go through ELC to receive the funding, or do they just go through the school directly or the center directly?
They will need the certificate, the VPK certificate, that they need to get it through the ELC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mhm. The application, they can create the account on the family portal, and just complete the application. We approve, and then the parent can just print out the certificate and take to the provider. So the providers get filled very soon with the VPK classroom. So it's better to secure, if the parents have anything in their mind, they should secure that their child's place as soon as possible. And if the parents needs a childcare listing, CCR or childcare resource and referral department is available. The parent, they can call us or they can complete the request online to get the listing. We will be happy to provide the list of providers in their area which they are looking for.
If you already have your child enrolled at a provider and they're going to offer the voluntary pre-kindergarten, you just need to make sure that that provider has a contract, VPK contract with the Early Learning Coalition of Palm Beach County.
So this is this a part time thing, or is it full time, just like a regular school day?
For the voluntary pre-kindergarten, it's usually 3 to 4 hours per day. And if you want the child to stay at the provider that they're currently attending for voluntary pre-kindergarten, you would need to ask that provider what are their additional fees that they charge for the child to stay for however long you want the child to stay. But for voluntary pre-kindergarten, it only pays for the hours that the child is attending for the program.
So
So the
ELC only covers just about around 4 hours.
It
Is that
depends
correct?
on how many, yes, it depends upon how many hours that the provider is offering for the program. So have a conversation with
Oh,
them
okay,
and they will let you know.
So
gotcha.
the parent is going to pick the session which they're going to be picking. So if they are picking the whole school year session, that means they are allowed to get 540 hours for the whole school year, which is going to start in August and ends in usually in around May. So if the parent is in that program, so that gives 540. So it depends upon the provider how they are offering the program. Some providers offer 3 hours a day, some providers offering 4 hours a day. So it
Mm,
all depends upon them. So if the parent is picking the summer program, which is covering 300 hours in total session, so that starts in the summer of the school year. So when the summer starts, so that they cover in like straight hours. So for the whole summer session. basically. So 300 hours is that. So the parents can pick. Another program is for the, if the child has any disability, so they can provide, they can pick that program as well. So it's a parental choice at that point. Whatever program they pick, that they have to contact with the provider. They will let them know how they're gonna, offer the hours
The
or the program
hours.
to them.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any other question?
Check your chat.
Okay. If a parent needs help to cover the rest of the hours, can you explain the options? Okay, so very good question. So as we were talking about that before, so the other programs which we have is a school readiness program. So the parent can apply if the parent is having difficulty in paying for the childcare. They can apply on our website for the school readiness program. In order for them to qualify for that, they need to be either working 20 hours a week or going to school full time or receiving disability. So, or if they have a child with a disability, they can apply for our program, and we review the application to see if they qualify for the school readiness program, which covers from 0 up to 13 years of age. Once we review and we see you are qualified, then we place you on the waiting list, and then when we pull you from the wait list, if you are eligible with everything, your documents, everything, then you start receiving the services. So that can be correlate with your VPK program as well. So VPK is covering few hours, but with the other program, you are getting full-time care, aftercare, non-school days, holidays, summers, winter, whatever the days are off in the school, that is also covered under that program.
Okay, and the next question is, how long does it take for the application to be approved? Once you submit your voluntary pre-kindergarten application,
Mhm.
it will usually say it takes 10 days for action to be taken. Here at the Early Learning Coalition, we try to process the application right away. But however, if there's a high volume of voluntary pre-kindergarten applications coming in, it can take up to 10 days for the approval to take place. The only time that an application is not approved for voluntary pre-kindergarten is because we don't have the correct documents. And we will send you an email when you complete the application. If it rejected for any kind of reason, we'll let you know what it is that you need to provide to get the child the voluntary pre-kindergarten application. So majority of the time, the applications are approved if we have the correct information. Any more
Thank you.
questions?
It was nice seeing you, Miss Katrina, today after a long time. There's no meetings anymore, right? The Bridges meetings? You're on mute.
There actually has. Yeah, they
Uh,
just started back recently. I don't know. I will have our, because we have, so many new staff and
uh-huh.
a lot of things on a
Right.
new regime, and so
Uh-huh.
yeah, we have to rebuild the group again,
Right.
because some of our, some of the partners, moved on, and some
Shifting with us.
replaced.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I see.
So I will actually
Uh-huh.
have our point person be in contact with you
Oh,
to,
okay. Yeah.
bring you back in the fold.
I see you are doing an amazing job there. Really amazing. I always talk to my supervisor and let her know about your hard work and what you're doing for the kids. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. So all right.
Okay.
This sounds
So
like
thank
yeah,
you
this was
so
a good
much.
thing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining this session. If you guys have any question, please feel free to contact us at 561-514-3300. Our staff is available Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And Friday, the phone lines are open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can reach us. Thank you. We
Thank
appreciate your
you.
time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Good
Thank
night.
you. Have a good
Good
evening.
night.
Have a
Bye
good
bye.
night. Thanks. Bye bye.